Howdy, folks. I'm Amazing Amber, as you can see by the mug in my hands.
I guess that makes me Brian.
And here's some post-Christmas Reddit, but it's Christmas Eve for us right now.
So we don't know what our presents are yet.
Yes, so we'll have to let you folks know what presents we've got. Let's get started. Alright folks, our first and only letter today is titled, Am I a Jerk for Making My Daughter Go to Her Stepmom's Christmas? Alright folks, and there is a content warning on this one. It does involve the death of a loved one, death of a spouse, death of a parent, so just keep that in mind. I'm a 56-year-old male, and I'm getting married to my lovely girlfriend, a 54-year-old female, next year. My previous wife died 2 years ago in January 2021 from some health issues. We have a daughter, a 23-year-old female. My daughter and late wife were incredibly close, and it hit my daughter very hard. Me and my late wife knew it was going to happen soon, so I have had time to grieve when she actually died, and I wasn't that affected by it. My late wife asked that I don't stay alone forever and find someone, so I did. I began dating my current fiance a few months after my late wife passed. My daughter has always had an issue with us being together. At first I understood, but now I'm just fed up. She asked when I first began dating to never to try to force a relationship between the two, and I agreed, hoping that she would come around, but it's been a year and a half and there's still no progress. My fiance is extremely upset about this and has been messaging and trying to build a relationship with her, but to no avail. My daughter and I got into a big fight about it, and I have cut her off financially. She has a job, and she's not helpless, until she will sit down and talk with my fiance. I told my daughter that she's either going to be a bridesmaid for my fiance in the wedding, or she isn't invited at all. All this forcing her to do stuff is sure to win her over. She just needs to, it's like an acquired taste. She just needs to be exposed to it enough, and eventually she'll be like, yeah, it's not that bad. That's how it's always worked for every single person ever. Well, today my daughter called me crying and begging not to come to Christmas. It's my fiance's family's Christmas, and they will all be there. Everyone will be there, and I need her to meet before the wedding. My fiance had messaged my daughter last week about it and asked her to come and told her that she would be meeting her future step-siblings. My daughter, no surprise, was less than thrilled. I told her that she has to come no matter what. She said that she doesn't feel comfortable driving through the snow, and I told her that she'll be fine and to leave a little early. She hung up on me and hasn't texted or said that she was leaving, and Christmas begins in an hour. I don't feel good about her being upset before coming, but it's been long enough. She needs to meet these people before I marry my fiance. So, am I the jerk? Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk? Good or bad? Or just plain, I don't know. I was going to say evil, but that's a little extreme.
I'm going to say that, yes, OP, you are 100% a jerk here. First of all, I understand that you had already grieved for your wife and moved on, but you have to understand your daughter hadn't. And, a few months is a very short amount of time to bring someone new into your life who your daughter sees as potentially a replacement mother figure you're trying to push on her. And you've done nothing but reaffirm her greatest fear that you're pushing away her mom.
Yeah, well, and you can't force someone to be in a relationship, and you can't force your daughter to want to interact with your stepmom, and you shouldn't be using finances as a means to leverage that, to coerce her into this. I don't think there's anything wrong with having her financially independent, but you shouldn't be using it as a leverage tool, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, exactly. And that's the problem here, is your daughter wanted to set a very reasonable boundary. She didn't say, I hate this woman and never want to meet her. She's like, just don't force a relationship.
Yeah.
And that should have been a simple thing, let her form a relationship on her own time as she's comfortable. Instead, you have to do everything on my timetable. You don't have time to grieve your mother.
Yeah.
You're just going to accept this woman.
You've had a year and a half. That's plenty of time.
And, like, they're all adults, and, like, she's like, oh, these are your new step-siblings. Like, there's not any merging of houses. It's not urgent that she gets to know these people.
There is no necessity here. And she should not have to put her life at risk to come and meet a bunch of people that she's less than thrilled about meeting. And snowstorms are no joke.
Yeah.
And depending on where she is, this could be a lot of snow. Maybe it's a flurries, but then again, it doesn't really matter. People should be able to drive in the conditions that they're most comfortable with.
And if your daughter calls you crying and begging not to go somewhere and you're just like, suck it up and go, like, that is not a kind or helpful way to approach things.
All that I see happening here is that resentment is going to continue to build, and eventually she's going to want to have nothing to do with either of you.
Exactly. You know, you can expect that if you keep this up, she's going to go no contact here very soon.
Yeah, which is a really terrible deal on her part, because you're one of the few family members she has left, and so you're really alienating your daughter and you're putting her into a bad position. And I think that's not part of the Christmas spirit. Let's put it that way. So, anyhow, take care and good luck.
And hopefully you change your tune and let your daughter do things on her own pace.
Exactly. And Puppy Jito says, Dude, it's almost the 2-year anniversary of her mom's death, and you want her to play happy family with the woman you replaced with her mom after a couple of months? Yeah, you're the jerk. You're such a jerk. I'm glad that you moved on this, but it sounds like your daughter is still grieving, and you are shoving this woman down her throat and cutting her off because she won't just move on in your timeline? Gross. And Guppy Tubbs says, You're the jerk. Your daughter is not a child. She's a grown woman who can decide for herself if she's ready to accept your girlfriend/fiance into her life. You don't get to dictate how long is long enough for her to grieve the death of her mother. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. Oh no, Amber looks very pleased with herself, and she's not picking up the joke book, so I can only assume it means one thing, that Amber has given up on the jokes.
No, we have a joke.
We don't have a joke.
What do you call a North Pole loophole?
Oh no, not another one. No, I have no idea, but I'm going to try to come up with something anyways. A North Pole loophole. I would say that, I don't know. I have no idea.
A Santa Claus.
Oh.
With an E at the end.
I suppose so. What about a North Pole contract? Or, well, yeah, I mean, or a North Pole, like, law, or, I don't know.
It doesn't rhyme. I like the rhyming. I was very pleased with myself for the rhyming there.
It is very rhymey. And I have Mega Mint. And don't worry, folks, I'm just being mean to Amber. She knows I'm not serious, so don't worry. We have fun here. I promise. Alright, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope your after Christmas is going well and that you've had a lot of great times, or whatever holiday you celebrate. So I hope your week is going great. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
I'm a 56-year-old male, and I'm getting married to my lovely girlfriend, a 54 female. 54 females sounds like a band.